So welcome back. We are doing Pauper Tortex. So we did play Tortex, aka Tortured Existence, in the Pauper Marathon, but the version that we played was basically just Golgari Gardens, or just a generic Golgari mid-range deck that just happened to be playing Tortured Existence. And we really should be playing the more classic Tortured Existence with all of the individual synergies. So what is Tortured Existence? It's a 1-1 enchantment. You can play a black and pay black and discard a creature to return a creature from your graveyard to your hand. So we are going to use a combination of creatures that we can always ensure that we get back in our hand, plus other things that are going to make us card positive in order to keep getting things back. So the main things that those are going to be are Stinkweed Imp and Golgari Brownscale as dredge creatures, which we can use to do two things. One, fill our graveyard up with more targets for Tortured Existence, and two, make it so that we always have the ability to get a creature back during our draw step, because we can just dredge it back, so that we always have a creature to discard to Tortured Existence. The second and important creature in this package is going to be Grave Scrabbler, which has Madness for 1 and a black, and when it enters, if its Madness was paid, you may return target creature from a graveyard to its owner's hand. So having Grave Scrabbler in your hand means that you can discard it to Tortured Existence and then trigger the Madness. The Madness, it comes into play. You get back another creature that's in your graveyard. And now, even if the Grave Scrabbler dies, you can just Tortured Existence, get the Grave Scrabbler back, and you can always keep going up on creature cards with every iteration that you have the Grave Scrabbler. Some other things of relevance are going to be that Golgari Brownscale gains life when it enters, or when you dredge it. So this is a way to mitigate the damage off of aggro decks. Similarly, Stinkweed Imp is just a repeatable Death Touch creature that you can keep getting over and over and over. We also have, since the game plan revolves so much around Tortured Existence, we need to make sure that we get it, which is where Commune with the Gods comes into play. Reveal the top 5, pick a creature or enchantment, put it in your hand, put the rest in your graveyard. So this helps us find Tortured Existence, as well as, again, fill up the graveyard with creatures that we can get back with Tortured Existence. And then everything else is kind of following along the same line. Satyr Wayfinder, a creature that tries to get you another land that also mills cards over. Masked Vandal, a 1-of card that can exile a creature from our graveyard to exile a artifact or enchantment. And again, we can loop these things with Tortex. Fume Spitter puts a -1 counter on something when we sack it. Caustic Caterpillar, sack to destroy an artifact or enchantment. Spore Frog fogs the field, so if we can just keep getting Spore Frog back every single turn, our opponents can never kill us in combat. There is also Crypt Rats when we need to Wrath. There is Fleshbag Marauder, so we can keep getting back an Edict effect over and over. Then there is Fairy Macabre as a way of getting rid of stuff in graveyards, and then again, we can just get it back with Tortex. Crawling Infestation is a 3-mana enchantment, and it says at the beginning of upkeep, you may mill 2, and whenever 1 or more creature cards are put into your graveyard from anywhere during your turn, create a 1/1 insect, and this ability only triggers once a turn, so every time we discard something to Tortex, we can make an insect token, again, but only on our own turn and only once per turn. Dread Return, because we're going to be running around with all of these cheapo crappy creatures, so we can use this to get back bigger stuff. Wickerbow Elder is yet another way to get rid of artifacts and enchantments by removing -1 counters from this thing. Battlefield Scrounger. Threshold, activated ability, put 3 cards from the grave on the bottom. It gets +3/+3, activate only once per turn, and only if 7 or more cards are in your graveyard, because Threshold. So this is so that we don't deck ourselves out. Again, we want to just keep dredging like Stinkweeds and Brownscales over and over, so make sure that we don't ultimately just like lose the game by milling ourselves to death. This keeps us from doing that. Then we've got the cycling cards from Lord of the Rings, and then the top end is Lotleth Giant. When it enters, it deals 1 damage to target opponent for each creature card in your graveyard. So this is like the big bomb creature that we can either loop with Tortex or get back with Dread Return in order to deal a bunch of damage to our opponent. Land base, pretty simple. Forest, swamps, fetch land that fetches forests and swamps, dual land that's a forest and swamp. And lastly, Urborg Repossession, return target creature from grave to hand. You gain 2 if you kick it, so if you pay 3 for it, return another permanent from your graveyard to your hand. So note that the first one is a Raise Dead, and then the kick mode is Raise Dead plus get a permanent, so regrowth. In the sideboard, we've got a second Crypt Rats for the matches where we need Sweeping, another Fleshbag Marauder for the matches where we need Edicts, another Fairy Macabre for the graveyard matchups, Mourn Welk, ETB target player discards 2, and we can evoke it, so we can evoke and then get it back with Tortex and then make them discard again. Another Caustic Caterpillar for artifact enchantment matchups. More Spore Frogs for Spore Frog matchups. Tamiyo Safekeeping if for some reason our opponent has enchantment removal and we need to keep Tortex safe or just anything else. Another Masked Vandal. Gnaw to the Bone, 4 of. This is going to help mitigate our losses to aggro, especially burn. Gain 2 life per creature in the graveyard and you can flash it back. And another Wickerbow Elder. So basically it is Caterpillar, Vandal, and Wickerbow all as additional second copies for the artifact enchantment matchup. And that is Tortex. I am told this deck takes about 10 million clicks on Moto, so we're going to see how accurate that is and if we can actually finish leagues on time. Let's jump in. All right, lands and spells. Looks good to me. Thornblight Bridge. Is this Boggles? Haunted Mire, go. If this is Boggles, then this Fleshbag Marauder / Caustic Caterpillar is going to come in mighty handy. It is, in fact, Boggles. All right, so it's hexproof, so our best bet is to just play Satyr Wayfinder and try to hit land number 3, or I guess I don't want to risk not hitting land number 3 untapped, so let's just play Riveteers plus Caustic. So Riveteers, trigger, let's grab another Forest, and play Caustic. Ethereal Armor, and no other play, eh? All right, no blocks. Don't be another Boggle. No! Yikes. Oh, man. This is going to be tough. All right, okay, so our Fleshbag doesn't work anymore. F. No, actually it does, because I can repossess it next turn if I hit a land. I guess let's attack and see if they block. They're not gonna. Yeah, all right. Fleshbag, trigger, sack Fleshbag. They sack their dude. Utopia Sprawl here, naming white. Another Silhana. No! Huh. Well, I mean, we can just shoot this, I guess. Huh. Well, if I'm shooting that, I guess I'm just playing a Fume Spitter and passing the turn. All right, I can't even block these. Right, I forgot about that. So I should have attacked with Caustic, I guess. Abundant Growth there. All that glitters. So much power. All right, I'm not allowed to block this, right? It's flying and reach. No, it's just flying. All right, blow up glitters, I guess. Huh. So I probably don't have time to waste, right? Like, I just need to blow up Ethereal Armor. So Urborg Repossession, no kicker. Get back Caterpillar. Play Caterpillar. Play Riveteers. Let's grab a Swamp. Yeah. All right, over to them, and then we're just going to blow up Ethereal Armor. They'll still have 2 Ledgewalkers that we can't block, but... No, actually, I can block them the moment I play Fairy Macaw. Come on. Another Ethereal Armor. All right. Oh, and Ancestral Mask is coming out, right? Jesus Christ. It's each other enchantment on the battlefield, period, right? So we go blow up the Mask, I guess? Because this is +6. Yeah, all right. Blow up Mask. All right, block Boggle. I mean, we're just dead. I mean, I can survive 1 turn, maybe. Riveteers, grab a Forest, play Macabre as a blocker, and Satyr. That assumes they draw no other enchantment, and then even then, I don't know how we survive from Vision. It's like I can't block them except with Flyers, and they have First Strike, so like the Stinkweed Imp doesn't even do anything. We'll Sprawl, and we're dead. All right, so Caustic, Masked Vandal, Wicker Bow is kind of slow, but I guess Crypt Rats, Fleshbag. So these are the main ones I want. The ones I don't want are... So Spore Frog, like, can let me survive, but that's only if I get it in a loop. So Fume Spitter doesn't do anything. Let's see. These guys, I guess, can, what? Keep making insect tokens. I probably don't need as much of the high end. I would still like a way to kill them, though. All right, what's bad? Dread Return might just be straight up terrible. Oh, Fairy Macabre. Yeah, get rid of Fairy Macabre. All right, let's do that. All right, that's fine. Haunted Mire, go. Abundant Growth. All right, we're probably just cycling Generosent. Yeah, back to them. Guarantee that we have an untapped land on turn 3 if we need it. Plains, there's Silhana. 4 cycle this. So let's see. The only issue with playing Stinkweed is if they have Ethereal Armor. Let's just play Stinkweed. Another Silhana. They do, in fact, have Ethereal Armor. All right, no blocks. So now we just play Caterpillar and pass. Yep, go ahead. Armadillo Cloak, sure. Rancor here, Attacking with both. All right, so Caterpillar, eat the Ethereal Armor, and then we will block the Cloak guy. All right, Dredge Stinkweed, then play Stink. Back to them. Play a tap land, back to us. All right, Wayfinder, grab a land, play this. Let's play Brown Scale, I guess. And I cannot possibly afford to attack them. Back to them. Slippery Boggle. All right, they got nothing going on. We got nothing going on. Urborg Repossession. What have I milled over? Wicker Bow. Let's attack with Brown Scale and Wayfinder. Play Wayfinder. Jigger, Swamp. Oh, we milled Crypt Rats. All right, kick this. Get back Crypt Rats and Tortex. Play Tortex. All right, I think we pretty much got it locked up. Let's Dredge Stinkweed. Milled over Fleshbag Marauder. All right, so Tortex. Let's get back Fleshbag. Tap this. Discard Brown Scale. Cast Fleshbag. Discard, or eat Fleshbag, rather. Combat. Swing here, here, here. All right, so game 3. I still have a Dread Return in my deck, so there is the possibility that I can still use it, which can come up at times. I think this is still correct, so let's just go ahead with this again. It's possible that I don't want Scrounger, or maybe I don't want Lotleth Troll. Like, maybe that's too late game for this to matter. Ooh, Spore Frog and Tortex? Amazing. Will they bring in enchantment? Young Wolf. Excellent Texer. All right, play Tortex. Cave of Temptation, Silhana. All right, we take 1. So let's get Spore Frog out. And then we can go sack, discard Stinkweed, get it back, start dredging. So maybe in hindsight, I would have just gotten rid of Lotleth and Battlefield Scrounger or Lotleth and like something else, and then and kept in like more Spore Frogs or something. Commune with Spirits, revealing Ethereal Armor. All right, attacking here, sure. I will block the Young Wolf. Yeah, that's fine. All right, end of turn, Tortex, get this back, discard Stinkweed. Then draw, dredge this. Ooh, Grave Scrabbler. So Spore Frog, return, over to them. All that glitters there. Okay. Rancor, All right. Sack Spore Frog. End of turn, Tortex, pick up Grave Scrabbler, discard Stinkweed. I should have been discarding Golgari, Brown Scale, but it's fine. Dredge this. It returns it to my hand, right? So Tortex, get back the frog. Black, discard Grave Scrabbler, Madness. So cast this. Oh, actually, I don't have the mana to play this and Spore Frog. Oh, I messed that up. All right, well, I'm just going to play Spore Frog instead then, so... Oh, it's exiled. Oh, I have messed this up, haven't I? I can't afford to play this because then the Silhana will just kill me. All right, nope. Okay, so it comes back to the graveyard. Play Spore Frog. All right, we're still good. Learning the deck. 3 mana. Mask. Sack Spore Frog. All right, Tortex, get the frog back. Discard Brown Scale. I actually need to not dredge, right? Because I need to get more lands. There we go. Spore Frog. I don't need to see. They have an Ethereal Armor. Abundant Growth. Very well. Commune with Spirits. Reveals a forest. Plays the forest. All right, sack Frog. Tortured Existence. Get back Scrabbler. Discard Stinkweed. All right, dredge Brown Scale. Trigger. Resolve this. Gain some life. So now target the frog. Discard Scrabbler. Madness. Cast this. Target, I don't know, Generosent. And then resolve Tortured Existence, get the frog back, play the frog. Cartouche, sure. I'm going to sack the frog at the first priority pass. Sack frog. You may have a 23/21 first strike trample hexproof. Can't be blocked except by flyers, but I have stuff. Let's not dredge. We drew Stinkweed anyway. All right. Attack with the Grave Scrabbler. Block. It is dead. So let's, Tortured, get this back. Whoops. No, yeah. Tortured, get this back. Discard Brown Scale. And then it's 1, 2, 3. So 4 cycle this. Tortured, get back Spore Frog. Discard Imp. Play Frog. Play Haunted Mire. Go. Armadillo Cloak. All right. Sack Spore Frog. 10 million clicks to win the game. 10 million clicks. Get back Brown Scale. All right. I don't have anything else in here, right? It's just Spore Frog loops right now. So Tortex, get back the frog. Discard Grave Scrabbler. Madness, get back. What do I have the mana for next turn? I guess Wayfinder. I need to hit more lands. Grab Wayfinder. Play the frog. Over to them. Sack the frog. All right. Tortex, get back the frog. Brown Scale, discard. Back to us. Get the Brown Scale. Milled over Flesh Bag. There we go. And Masked Vandal. All right. So 100% we have to play the frog. And then let's Tortex, get back the Flesh Bag. Discard Brown Scale. Play the Flesh Bag. All's yield to this trigger. Eat the Flesh Bag. Over and attack with the Grave Scrabbler. If they want to gain life off of this, that's fine by me. All right, block, gain a bunch of life. Glade Cover, sack the Spore Frog. All right, maybe I need to change up my strategy here. Instead of Flesh Bagging, let's just kill off all their enchantments, I guess. All right, Brown Scale Dredge. Gain some life. Tortex, get back. Great. So it's 1, then 1, 2, 3 Grave Scrabbler, then another one for Spore Frog, right? Yeah, so get back Grave Scrabbler, discard Brown Scale, then we do this, get the frog back, pay this, Grave Scrabbler, Madness, cast it, then this gets back. Let's just go for Masked Vandal at this point. Use the ability, and Spore Frog comes back, then we play Spore Frog, over to them. How would your opponent get out of this? If they have enchantment removal to kill Tortex off, or if they have Graveyard Hate to eat our graveyard. Also, there is the possibility that we just time out, because we do still actually have to kill them after all this is said and done. All right, Mask. Let's kill Ancestral Mask and exile Wayfinder. Then Tortex, get the frog back. Actually, what else is in my graveyard right now? Frog and nothing else really. Okay, get the frog back. All right, Brown Scale, play frog. Over to them. Another Ancestral Mask, okay. Ethereal Armor. All right, sack the frog. Yeah, it's going to take 10 million clicks to actually resolve all of this. I don't think I actually want to discard Wayfinder this turn. All right, dredge Brown Scale. Let's play Wayfinder. Trigger, grab a land, play this. Tortex, get back the frog. Where the heck is the frog? Black, this card. Frog. And back to them. Sack the... What creature can I get out of here that's useful? Right, brown scale dredge, battlefield scrounger. All right, I can get back a permanent with Urborg Repossession. What's a good permanent to get back? Crawling infestation? That just makes an insect, right? That doesn't matter. The second Tortex, that also doesn't really seem like it's that useful. I don't think anything at this point, actually. I just need to find, like, Caustic Caterpillar so I can keep hitting them. I don't know. All right, Tortex. Actually, no. Let's Urborg Repossession, cast with Kicker, get back Frog, and get back... We kind of just need to get back Flesh Bag, right? Flesh Bag. All of that. Spore Frog into play. Oy. All right, sack the Spore Frog. So end of turn, Tortex, get the Frog back, discard Brown Scale, dredge the Brown Scale. So play Flesh Bag, sack itself. You just sack some worthless card, then we play Spore Frog. Only 5 minutes left on the clock. This is a deck that plays better and smoother in paper than Moto. Absolutely. Absolutely correct. Yes. I technically could have been attacking them all of this time, but I feel like they have so much life that it doesn't matter. It's just going to waste time going through the motions of attacking them every turn. Yeah, sack Spore Frog. Uh-huh. All right, Tortex, get back the Flesh Bag Marauder, discarding Brown Scale, then dredge the Brown Scale, a Flesh Bag, sack itself, use Glade Cover, then Tortex back the Spore Frog, discard Brown Scale, play Spore Frog, over to them. And now, assuming they don't have another creature, I can get just Flesh Bag back next. Sack the Spore Frog. All right, dredge Brown Scale, Tortex the Flesh Bag, discard this, Flesh Bag. All right, their guy's finally gone. Rancor triggers. Combat. Attack. This is quite the marathon. Yep. All right, we got to kill them in, from 44 in less than 4 minutes. All right, dredge Brown Scale. Lotleth is 7 mana, right? Combat, attack. I do have Dread Return, so I can speed this up. All right, Dread Return on Lotleth. Actually, no, I'm going to do that second. Dread Return on Ent. This triggers, then flashback this, targeting Lotleth, sacking all of these guys. Then this triggers and deals a bunch of damage to them, however much that is. All right, end of turn, get back, Grave Scrabbler, Brown Scale, dredge Brown Scale, go to combat, attack. All right, Tortex, what's the next most powerful thing we can get back? We're paying 3 for this, so we need another 3. So let's get back a Brown Scale, I guess. Scrabbler, cast this Madness. It gets back, I don't know, and play this guy. Silhana. So they've got Rancor and 3 other cards I don't know about. Slippery Boggle, Rancor on Silhana, Lifelink Silhana. All right, Ethereal Armor on Silhana, sure. All right, no dredge. Tortured Existence, get back, Masked Vandal, discard Brown Scale, Vandal, get rid of Armor, exile Stinkweed. I don't have another Vandal, or I actually do. All right, doesn't matter. Go to combat, swing. Yeah, if they want to gain 3 life, then jump there. Sure. Just F6 through the rest of this. They take a bunch of damage. They're almost dead. Some counters there. That's fine. Utopia Sprawl. Okay. Block, go to 9, still lose. Okay, game over on turn 20. Well, hopefully we can play a little faster in the remaining matches. Round 2, we're on the play. This is fine. Keep this. I think I'm just going to have my graveyard permanently popped out. So Mire, go. Swamp. Blood Fountain. All right. Ooh, we drew Tortex? I think it's still correct to commune and... Oh, wait, no. Commune is creature. I guess it is still correct to commune. All right, yeah. Satyr Wayfinder. Bidding 3 lands is not great. Rot Farm, bounce the Swamp. Okay. And they didn't want to pop the blood on any. Satyr Wayfinder. Trigger. Haunted Mire. Play, and then any order this. Haunted Mire. Go. So presumably this is Garden. Deadly Dispute, eat a thing. Swamp. Oh, man. Tortex versus Gardens. This game's going to take forever. What do I need in this matchup? I guess just like constantly keep playing big creatures. I also just want to keep finding lands, right? All right, Crawling Infestation. Probably our opponent has to read what the heck this is. Spinning Darkness on Satyr Wayfinder. Sure. Bajuka Bog. Well, okay, we're not losing anything that important. Crypt Rats. All right, trigger this. Always yes. I can't say always yes? All right. Another Crawling Infestation. Huh. Well, you know what? Let's do it. Crawling Infestation, the game. Lembas. If we can trigger two insects per turn, right? Or 4 insects per turn cycle when we start looping Tortexes. Reckoner's Bargain on Iker. Plays a Swamp. All right. Trigger. Mill, triggers. First things first, let's go to combat. Attack with the insect. All right. Play Tortex. And over to them. I will make so many insects that I will eventually force them to use Crypt Rats. That's a little annoying, but acceptable. So they can keep the insect tokens at bay for 1 turn. All right, end of turn. Tortex, get back. Flesh Bag, ditch, Brown Scale. Oh, it's only during your turn? From anywhere during your turn. Mill some cards. Ooh, Dread Return. Mill some cards. I would not like to dredge. All right, so if I want to Dread Return, I have to do it now, but there's nothing worth Dread Returning. So let's just go to combat. Attack with all the insects. All right, they're popping the Crypt Rats. So then let's Flesh Bag. Unfortunately, this still means we don't get to steal the initiative, but what can you do? Bottoms both of them to scry. Plays another Avenging Hunter. Well, this is annoying. What can I get back? I guess Flesh Bag, right? There's nothing really worth like Masked Vandaling. All right, Tortex, get back. Flesh Bag. Ditch Brown Scale. Trigger. Milt. And we get a bunch of infestation triggers. Mill again. Trigger. Do I want to dredge? No. All right, Flesh Bag it is. Deadly Dispute's their guy. All right, we should sack the Flesh Bag itself so we have the option to get it back if we want. Forest Cycle. Get this. Play this. And then over to them. So they make a skeleton. And they have 8 cards and a bunch of mana with which to keep these insect tokens at bay. Troll. All right, mill. Triggers. Do not want to dredge. Oh, how do I get out of this? I can dread return from my graveyard to get back what? The Fleshbag Marauder? Or I can just dread return the Fleshbag Marauder. Hope they don't have enough removal to stop me from stealing the initiative from them. It's really important that I steal the initiative. All right, dread return on Fleshbag. There's just no way they don't have a way of getting around this, right? So sack the Fleshbag. It's just a free block for them if I do it this way is the problem. So dread return, Fleshbag, this one, and this. Trigger the Fleshbag. Sack the Fleshbag. All right. Hope they don't have instant speed removal for this insect token. No, they do. Cast down. All right. Well, let's just play another Tortex. So we're going to have to win the long game. Reveals 10 cards, including, oh my god, the Monarch too. Oh no, Bajuka Bog? God damn. We lost so much in that. So we don't have Fleshbag anymore. We're way down on creature count for Lotlith. We can't refill our graveyard with Battle Scrounger anymore. So we're just actually dead. I don't think there's any way to crawl out from that. Right, mill and no mill. No dredge. There's just no way, right? Like, they're drawing 2 cards a turn. Is the best thing to do play Stinkweed Imp? I guess so. In the hopes that we can hopefully steal it back. Cast down. All right, never mind. I'm not continuing this game. There's just no way we can win this. All right, what do we want? Not Fairy Macabre, not Spore Frog, not Caustic. I mean, there's nothing that we can actually target of theirs that matters, right? Like, they have a million instant speed ways of sacking artifacts. I don't want to ever be in a position where I'm guessing on that, so let's get rid of all of this. I definitely want Mourn Welk and Fleshbag. I don't want Fairy Macabre. I don't want Crypt Rats. So I guess that leaves me with what? Wickerbow and Tamiyo's? Not even really Wickerbow. Just Tamiyo's, I guess. All right, one final scan. Is there anything? I guess I have a Crypt Rats in here, so let's just not bother with that. All right, let's do that. All right, that's fine. We do have to be wary of Bajuka Bog. We also have to win 2 games in 20 minutes, which I don't know if that's even possible with this deck. Commune. We did not hit Tortex, so I'm going to grab Brown Scale, I guess. They're attacking with the plant. Okay, sure. Play Crawling Infest. So there's Bajuka Bog. We lose our graveyard. Troublemaker Oof? Really? Really? All right, let's play Wickerbow. And there's Tithing Blade to kill Wickerbow. I really debated on whether I would play that or Brown Scale. Play this, play Brown Scale. I was just thinking, like, it's probably not going to be anything I want to blow up with Wickerbow, but if there is, but like, and so if they have removal, it doesn't really matter. But then they play Artifact Lane. Like, oh, okay. Well, I would have blown that up. Deadly Dispute, Limbus. Block. Okay. Troublemaker Roof dies. Not really sure what the point of that was. Riveteers. Grab a Swamp. Combat. Attack with Brown Scale. Play Scrounger. It's just, like, it's so ridiculous. Like, they still have 7 cards after all of that. Troll. All right, play my own Troll. And then our attacks aren't good, so back to them. Crypt Rats. Yep. I guess no blocks. So they can Crypt Rats blow these up. Rot Farm, pick Bajuka Bog up. Lembas. Urborg Repossession. I am going to commune, even though, yes, they have Bajuka Bog. That will put enough things in here. All right, there's Tortex. Grab that. Any order these. Tortex. I do have Threshold, so let's go ahead and attack. How much mana is Crypt Rat? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Swing. All right, before blocks, activate this dude. Let's put back one of the 2 Wickerbows, commune, and a land, I guess. This is only activate once per turn, right? Yeah. All right, opponent goes to 6, so now they can't Crypt Rats us to death, right? There's literally no reason to play Urborg Repossession here. I guess that's not entirely true. I could use it to double Tortex. Nah, it's just passed. So they hit us for 7, right? Yeah, Lembas. Oh no, they're Reckoner's bargaining it. Oh, so now they'll have more life than we do. Brilliant. And then they can activate it for everything. If only I could have Brown Scale my graveyard so that I could instant speed get it into my hand. Crypt Rats, Not really sure why now. Bajuka Bog. And if I try to respond, then they just Relic. Well, I can't do anything else anyway, so I guess I forced them to use Relic. So Tortured Existence, targeting Brown Scale. Yep. And they have 7 cards in their hand and 2 mana. There's no way they don't have a removal spell for Troll. Okay, apparently they don't. All right, they have Relics in their deck. They have apparently Vault of Whispers in their deck. I think that still makes this the correct position to be in, not boarding in this stuff. My only thought is that like maybe Wickerbow Elder's too expensive. It is just so expensive. It's 5 mana before I get to kill one thing with it. Power Toughness doesn't matter on this guy, so let's just play... I'm thinking one of each of these. Oh wait, I have I left Fume Spitter in? Oh, definitely not. Get rid of that. This is... Alright, let's do that. This is fine. Keep Meyer. Plays Ichor Wellspring. Okay. Play Commune. Let's grab Satyr, so we can keep hitting land. Blood Fountain. Alright, Satyr Wayfinder. Haunted Mire it is. Back to them. We did mill over a Dredger, although I'm not going to dredge anything right now. Opponent Deadly Disputes. Thorn of the Black Rose. So we gotta get that out of the way. Definitely not dredging. Unfortunately, we can't get it out of the way, right? I can play Stinkweed Imp and then just leave myself open to getting absolutely blown away. So there's just no way of getting past that. Stinkweed Imp gives me the best shot at stealing the Monarch. Crawling Infestation gives me the best shot of getting through Edicts, I guess. So Riveteers, trigger. I guess if I play Tortex here, I don't think that does anything. So let's just play Imp. I guess. Attacks with Thorn. No blocks. We're at 20. Oh man, if they're popping a Blood to discard, then that's a good sign. I would be surprised, though, considering they have 8 cards in their hand if they didn't have a way of dealing with this. Alright, they're just playing another Thorn. Bajuka Bog, Eater Graveyard. Ugh. Alright, well, we can steal the Monarch for 1 turn and then they get it back. But let's do it. Combat. Attack with Stinkweed. Alright, we stole the Monarch. Now what? I don't have a way of preventing them from stealing it back. I guess I just try to flood the board with creatures, right? Although I can't even do that right now. I guess I can play Brown Scale. All right, Brown Scale and Tortex. End step, Monarch trigger, back to them. Fleshbag is decent. Lembas. So I don't think I need to particularly care about Edicts, but I do think I need to care about Crypt Rats, and having a bunch of creatures that are small doesn't really help against that. Yeah, all right, no blocks. They steal the Monarch back. Deglamour on the Tortex, okay. I guess technically we have more power on the board than they do. Go to combat. Attack. Steal the Monarch back. We just got all this graveyard stuff that's not doing anything in our hand. Let's Fleshbag and sack Wayfinder. Opponent Bloods, discarding Vault. Alright, sack Satyr Way. End step, trigger, draw Battlefinder. Reckoner's Bargain, the Limbo. Spinning Darkness, but not on Fleshbag, instead on Golgari Brown Scale. Attack, I mean, I'll trade here to retain the Monarch, sure. Is that a misclick? That's the only thing I can think. Blood Fountain, get back, throw into the Black Rose, and then Bajuka Bog or Graveyard. Man, we just have nothing going on, right? All right, let's play Crawling Infest. Combat, attack with Stinkweed. End step, we have to clean up, discarding, I don't know, Dread Return? Lotleth? No, let's discard Lotleth, I guess. And then Infestation trigger. Wow, cleanup step to make an insect token. All right, Thorn, they take it back. Plays Relic. Well, there goes that. Aw, plant token to get rid of our Edict. Deglamour on the Infestation. And then they draw an end step. Alright, steal it with the Imp, and then what? Combat, attack with Imp, steal it back, play this. I guess I go Fleshbag, eat your plant token, eat my insect token. That's just so bad. What's the alternative? Play Imp? Yeah, I guess. Mass Vandal doesn't even work with this in play. Alright. Stinkweed Imp it is. End step, Monarch, draw a land. Crypt Rats, and then they can just Crypt Rats everything while retaining Thorn of the Black Rose so that they have a creature and I don't. So frustrating. Fanatical, eat the plant token. Crypt Rats, And all of my graveyard stuff is just shut off because Relic's in play. And then they steal the Monarch back. Pops the Relic. Plays another Relic. I guess this is my only shot of Dread returning in something meaningful, but what would that even be? No, actually, they still have a treasure token open for Relic, so no, I can't. I can't even do that. I can Fleshbag, eat this dude, and then what? And then what? Or Wayfinder, and then Fleshbag, I guess. All right, Wayfinder, grab a land. I've already played a land this. Fleshbag, eat Wayfinder, eat your guy, go. Oh, and they have the initiative, cool. Why are there emblems that you can't interact with? Why does this even exist? All right, well, I can never do anything. They have Monarch and initiative, gaining value every single turn. I can't attack them. They have Relic to eat my whole graveyard, so I can never do anything graveyard related. All right, Masked Vandal. Target Relic. Deadly Dispute the Relic. Okay, kind of surprised at that. Well, I can actually Dread Return the Troll now, but what does that help? So this Crypt Rats can just kill anything that's in play, so who cares? I mean, I guess it at least forces them... No, it doesn't even force them to kill their Avenging Hunter, right? Because they're going to forge it next turn, so it actually doesn't do anything. Commune with the Gods. Well, there's Tortex, so... grab that. I just can't do anything. All right, Tortex, and then just pass. Can't do anything. So Forge the Hunter. All right, let's just block with Flesh Bag so that... Actually, let's block with all of this. The board is irrelevant anyway, because as long as Crypt Rats is around, so let's just block here, take as little damage as possible, and have access to things in our graveyard. Troll. All right, let's use our mana efficiently. So how do I even get around this? I have to Flesh Bag 3 times? Like, there's no way. Flesh Bag, discard this thing. This alone, these 2 creatures alone are lethal, plus they're trapping next turn. So I can go Flesh Bag, reanimate Flesh Bag, and then I'm still dead. I guess I go Flesh Bag, Dread Return, Flesh Bag, they still kill me. Flesh Bag, they sack Crypt Rats. Dread Return, Flesh Bag, they sack Troll. And then they have 12 damage. All right, Flesh Bag. Does Lotleth gain life? No, it doesn't. They sacked their Avenging Hunter? What? Dread Return. Oh, they can just pop Crypt Rats right now, right? For like 4, and then I still lose. Okay, they're not doing that either. Back to them. Well, this is 11, so Trap plus Troll is 11. So we then die to any Crypt Rats or like anything that damages us. We're at 7. The Troll hits us, we go to 1. Blood Fountain, and then Blood Fountain gets Crypt Rats back, right? Yep. On the draw for round 3. This hand is fine. Keep. All right, an aggro deck. Let's see how we match up here. Probably not great. Haunted Mire, go. Synthesizer, exile Foundry Street Denizen. They didn't attack. I assume that's a misclick. Riveteers, grab a Forest, play Tortex. Synthesizer, Mountain. Bushwhacker, taking a whole bunch of damage here. All right, I have nothing to do really but just play Brown Scale as a blocker, pretty much. Yep. Third Synthesizer, Implement of Combustion. Plays Implement. Blast Runner, it gets +2 in Menace as long as you sack a... I'm just so far behind here. All right, let's play another Brown Scale. Just pass to them. Sacks Implement. We go to 1, or 10. We take 1. This gets the ability. Plays another Bushwhacker. All right, so the highest powers that I can block. This has Menace, right? So block here, block here. We're at 2. Tortex, the Brown Scale back. What am I ditching? Flesh Bag? Yeah, ditch Flesh Bag. This triggers, we gain some life. And the problem is if I dredge this, then I have nothing else to do. So don't dredge it. All right. That doesn't help either. Brown Scale. I mean, if they have a Galvanic Blast, then I'm just dead anyway. There's no way I can ever do this. Oh, I should have cycled this first. Oh, wait, no, because I need it in my hand for Brown Scale. All right, pass to them. Implement, we go to 3 if they crack it. They're cracking it, and then this thing has Menace. We can't block this. All right, block this guy. Tortex, get back Brown Scale, discard. And we go to 5, then damage, then we're at 1. Plays Foundry. 1 mana off from being able to dread this and crack the food. So the heck else can we do? I have no way of gaining life here, right? I guess I can Flesh Bag, eat the Brown Scale. I can Dread Return Flesh Bag. Or no, I can go Dread Return, discard this, Flesh Bag. Then Flesh Bag eats itself. No, that doesn't work. I mean, literally all they have to do is sack a Synthesizer, and then this thing is unblockable and I'm dead. So how in the world do I get out of this? I have to get out of it with Spore Frog, I guess. So commune with the gods for Spore Frog. No. Masked Vandal doesn't do anything. None of this does anything. We're just dead. Actually, is that entirely true? So I grab Wayfinder and then play Wayfinder and then hopefully mill over another Brown Scale so I can Tortex it. Or I guess I could like loop-de-doo these two, or I could have if I had had the mana. So technically I can Tortex, discard the Brown Scale, get something else back, then Tortex again, get the Brown Scale back, but I'm still dead. All right, Satyr Wayfinder. Trigger, Swamp. I've played a land this turn. Well, over to them. I mean, literally they just attack with everything and we... Or sack the Synthesizer and we... Kuldotha the Rebirth, sure. Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider, all right. Very cool. So what do I want? Spore Frog, Knot of the Bone, Crypt Rats to blow their field up. Don't want. Wickerbow, too slow. Caustic Caterpillar doesn't really do anything. Masked Vandal still doesn't really do anything. Flesh Bag, Edicting random 1/1s seems atrocious. Don't need double Lotleths. Fairy Macabre can come out. That leaves 1 card. I guess a Dread Return probably. I don't know. Yeah, all right, let's cut a Dread Return. That's fine. 1 land, nothing to do. I guess the 1 land is technically I can ent for another land, but then that's so incredibly slow. So I go land, it's tapped. Then if I don't draw land, I go cycle for a land, that's tapped. And then the next turn, I can finally start playing stuff. All right, I'll keep. We have 4 Knot of the Bones in the deck and a bunch of dredging to do, so I guess I'm fine with this. Riveteers, let's go grab a Forest. In case we draw an untapped land and can play Satyr. Mountain, Foundry Street. All right, didn't draw land, so ent, cycle, grab Haunted, play Haunt, go. Second Foundry Street, and Implement. Take 2. All right. No, there's a land at least. So let's just play Satyr. We bricked on the Satyr. Amazing. Play Riveteers. Go grab a Swamp. Synthesizer, exiling Tormod's Crypt. Yeah, okay. Very cool. What was in our graveyard? Nothing of importance, except Graves Grappler, but that's Furnace, Blast Runner, Swing, block one of them. All right, Stinkweed, Tortex, back to them. Crack Synthesizer, revealing Goblin Grenade. And they get to play it too. Goblin Grenade, us, and we can't block this because it has Menace, so we go to 9. All right, let's cycle Troll. Go grab Haunted Mire. Let's play Haunted Mire. Let's the second Stinkweed Imp. And pass it. This Knot of the Bone plan isn't even really working because it takes so long to get there. Goblin Grenade again? Are you fucking kidding me? Goblin Grenade, Fire Blast. Okay, sure. Round 4, we're on the draw. This hand is acceptable. I still can't, like, can you believe that they thought, oh, red is doing too well, therefore we're going to ban Swift Spear, as though Swift Spear is the card that needs to get banned to make red not too good. Of all the cards you could have picked out of red decks, they picked Swift Spear. That is more proof to me that they have absolutely no idea what they're doing. All right, so more red aggro. Honestly, I'm probably just going to play Masked Vandal just to have a blocker. Called off the Rebirth. All right, Masked Vandal. Implement. Chain Lightning our dude. Taking 6 here, and we can't even play anything on our turn other than Commune with the Gods. All right, Riveteers, trigger, play Commune. I guess we're going to grab Satyr. So here's another 6, putting us to 5. Effectively 4 with Implement. I don't know how I could possibly get out of this. Chain Lightning. Oh, they just have all the burn to finish us off? Cool. All right. So once again, one of the lot lists goes away. Fairy Macabre goes away. Flushback goes away. Caustic Caterpillar goes away. Wickerbow goes away. Masked Vandal goes away. In comes Frog, Gnaw, I guess Crypt Rats, and then 1 Dread Return out. We only have 1 single land. No, Molt. Keep this and put back. I'm not sure, honestly. Crawling Infestation's appealing, but it seems really slow. Even Tortex seems just really slow. But it's probably better to put back 1 of the 2 same cards rather than also the Tortex, so let's just back. Mire. Yep. Think there should be a sweeper in the sideboard? There is a sweeper in the sideboard. It's Crypt Rats. Do you mean like a more traditional one, like Drown in Sorrow or something? Satyr. Probably. Let's see. I don't want to ever be in a position where I'm having to play tap lands if I don't have to, so let's grab Forest for them. Synthesized into another Blast Runner. All right, so no blocks here. Plays another Blast Runner. All right, let's just play Infestation and pass the turn. Tomb Raider. I still don't even really want to block. Yeah, all right, we take this. Chain Lightning us. Chain Lightning us. Well, I guess I probably should have blocked. I don't know. I'll yield to this. Mill some cards. We didn't trigger anything, so I need to go Ent Gnaw right now so that I don't get absolutely blown out. We have only 2 creatures in our yard. That's terrible. All right, Forest cycle the Ent. Trigger this thing. Let's grab a Forest. Play the Forest. And I guess I'm just going to pass. I can cast Gnaw at instant speed, including after I block with the Wayfinder. Sack Synthesizer, revealing a Tomb Raider. Okay, another Mountain. I actually have to do this in combat. I guess no, I don't, right? If they have Fire Blast, then we just lose the game. Sure. All right, double block these Menace dudes. All right, we're at 5. Plays Tomb Raider out of exile from the Synthesizer. All right, cast Gnaw the Bone. I mean, we're at 11. It doesn't even really help given what they have on the field. We've got nothing going on. Milt. Stinkweed Imp. All right. Dredge the Imp. Okay, so Tortex. So I can go discard Stinkweed, hold priority before it returns flashback Knot of the Bone. So what am I getting back? I guess Crypt Rats to just get rid of their field. So target Crypt Rats. Black. Ditch the Imp. Ability on the stack. Flashback Knot of the Bone. All right. Synthesizer. Reveals Implement. Ditch Implement. Put us to 20. All right, I guess I just chumped for life because we're going to sweep the board anyway with Crypt Rats next turn. Another Implement. All right. Milt. Dredge. So first of all, Riveteer's Outlook. Trigger. Grab Swamp out of the deck. And now, so if I play Crypt Rats, I have exactly enough to kill everything, so I can't do anything else. So Crypt Rats. Oh, wait, I can only spend black mana on it? Hang on, I forgot about that. So actually, that doesn't work then. So I can't do that right now. So I should instead be ditching Stinkweed and getting back Spore Frog to just make sure I take less damage. Yeah. All right, so Tortex, get back Spore Frog, discard Imp, play Spore Frog, pass turn. They're immediately going to combat. All right, let's make sure to block in case they have Flaring Pain. Sack Spore Frog. Synthesizer, crack, reveal Implement of Combustion. I don't really understand why they're cracking Synthesizer when they know we have Crypt Rats. All right. Knot of Bone flashback. Hold this. All right, Dredge Brown Scale. Gain some life. And play Crypt Rats. I guess I don't technically even have to do this right now, right? Yeah, over to them. Galvanic Blast the rats. All right, activate the rats. Okay, everything's dead. Plays a blaster. Plays a bushwhack. All right, we take 4. We're at 22. Milt, dredge stinkweed. All right, what do we got? I still haven't milled over Lotleth. Can I get back anything of value? I mean, I guess I can get back the rats and then can't use them yet. Alternatively, what? I can get back the ent, but I can't play it. I could also just play both of my dredge creatures. That seems not great, though. You know what? That's actually fine. Play this dude. Play this dude. Because I can dredge stinkweed next turn anyway. I have another one. Implement. Yeah, I'll double block that. That's fine. Block, block. All right, they kept stinkweed alive. So, crawling infest, mill this. Do I dredge? Yes, I do. Dredge brown scale. All right, at this point, I'm not going to keep doing that because I want to get ent back and play ent to actually close this game out. So let's just pass back to them. Tomb Raider, that's fine. All right, block with stinkweed. Implement, trigger, we go to 22, All right, so let's do brown scale rope-a-dope. So brown scale, pitch brown scale, some life, brown scale, pitch brown scale, some life. Then on the last one, let's get back ent. All right, milt, make an insect, draw, no dredge. Actually, no, I guess I do dredge. Dredge, the brown scale, play ent. Food token, let's attack with insect. What is this? You can sack it for 2 mana to draw a card, sure. Implement, we're at 27. Crawling infestation, no mill, no dredge. Drew fume spitter, combat, attack. Blocking here, sure. All right, Tortex, get back the Battlefield Scrounger, and let's ditch Fume Spitter. We'll play this dude. Activate, what am I putting away? Just some guys, I guess. Over to them. All right, so we've completely stabilized. I believe we're winning. Voldaren, Blood, discard Koldath the Rebirth. Play Synthesizer. Impulse into a mountain. Sacks the Synthesizer. Reveals another Epicure. All right, Epicure number 2. End step, activate this dude. So go ahead and mill here. If I can get the Lotleth out of this, then let's just do that. So dredge stinkweed. We didn't hit. All right, go to combat. Attack with everything. Block, block. Sure. Block, block, block. Activate this dude. Put back, I don't know, Tortex, Urborg Repossession, land. Damage. Tortex, the Grave Scrabbler back. Brown scale in the yard. Then Tortex back the Crypt Rats. Discard Scrabbler. Then Madness the Scrabbler. Then this gets back, I don't know. Ent. Blood token, discard a land. Chain lightning this dude. Well, I wish I hadn't have F6 to do that. Sure. I don't think it ultimately matters, though. I mean, I can just get it back anyway. All right, pop this. So, the Lotleth has to be in the next dredge, right? It has to be. Mill. There it is. Do not dredge. Go to combat. Attack with everything. Oh, wait. There's 15 creatures in the yard? Okay, I could have just done it right now. All right, flashback, dredge return, target Lotleth. Sack the... All right. -11, game 3. So I honestly think I might just want to have Masked Vandal just as a blocker over these crawling infestations. They're pretty slow. Land, they're both tapped, but we do have blocks. We do have mill. One of them is a life gain land. Mountain Chain Lightning. All right, if they're not playing a creature, that's go. Haunted Mire, go. Tormod's Crypt. Ugh. Oh, they're just going to sack it to Koldath the Rebirth. That's also kind of bad, but... All right, Riveteer's Outlook. So yield to this. So this is going to be a swamp because the Ent's going to go get a forest. So grab a swamp here. Lightning Bolt us, sure. Attack with all the goblins. All right, cycle Ent. Grab untapped forest. All right, let's play brown scale. It's a blocker, and if they kill it, we can dredge and gain life. There's maybe an argument to play like Wayfinder instead. Puts more stuff in the graveyard. Potentially gets us on the Knot of the Bone plan, but eh. Synthesizer into Tomb Raider. Plays the Tomb Raider. Attack all, block the Tomb Raider. We're at 9. Plays Tormod's Crypt. Okay, Spore Frog, you say. I mean, I can play Vandal and force them to use this now, right? But then I can't play anything else-ish. Should probably just play Wayfinder first, and if they want to pop it, so be it. Because I need to get more lands. Trigger this. Come on, untap land. Total brick. Jesus. All right, Spore Frog, and then over to them. Eats the Synthesizer with Rebirth, revealing a mountain. Will they attack? They will. So, do I block with Spore Frog or not? I think I do. All right. Everything dies except brown scale. Burst, lightning, or brown scale. Okay. Well, if they want to prevent me from dredging this, they have to do it now. Although I wouldn't dredge it if they just left it there anyway. I think my most likely move is going to be Masked Vandal to kill Tormod's Crypt. Or Satyr into Masked Vandal, hopefully. Is Burst Lightning good in Pauper nowadays? I don't think so. I don't really understand why they're even playing it. It seems like there's a million other burn spells that you could play instead of that. Yeah, no dredge. We drew a brown scale anyway. I just really need to hit lands. If we just brick on lands again, I don't think there was any way we would have ever won this game. They're going to do it now, after I drew. Okay. Satyr Wayfinder. Trigger. How have we bricked twice? We've bricked twice. This is unbelievable. Bushwhacker. Yeah, sure. block. We're at 3. Yeah, just complete and total bullshit. All right, time to pull up the stats. So we went 22 cards deep into our deck, right? We milled over no lands. So let's take a look at this. So our deck has 18 lands in it. And we saw, let's just say 4 of them because Riveteers fetched one of them out, right? So 53 cards starting hand, or 53 cards after our starting hand, right? We had 2 lands in our opener. So that meant there were 16 lands left in our deck. And we fetched one of them, right? So then we looked at another... So let's see, it got to this turn, and then... so we would have had 15 lands left in our deck after all of that. And we would have been 9 cards deep at that point, right? So we would have had another 51 cards left in our deck. So we needed to hit... This is turn 6, right? So in 3 draws and 2 Wayfinder triggers, right? So that's 11 cards that we're looking at. We needed to find 1 land out of all of that. Okay, so... probability that we hit less than 1%. So this is now 2 matches where we've had literally 1% to miss on our lands, and we've missed twice. Do you guys know how to cure a curse? Apparently I'm cursed. That's the only conclusion I can come to. All right, this looks fine. On the draw. Citadel, Gate, naming blue. So familiars or some other Gate deck. So Riveteers, and let's go grab a... Unrelated, do you like cube and have you ever built one? I do like cube, and I have built 2 cubes. Sacred Cat. All right, Satyr Wayfinder. Actually, I may not have even wanted to do that since we bricked for the 3rd time in a row on Satyr. Okay, pumps the cat to a 4/4. I guess I don't need to block it right now, and I can just block it another turn from now when it's bigger. Okay, let's go with Crawling Infestation. I'm probably not blocking this again either. No, I am, because I'm going to go Crypt Rat to eat it, right? Likely. So it becomes big. All right, block. This is sorcery speed, right? All right, Crawling Infestation. Mill, make a thing. I guess I can technically just keep chump blocking this forever, right? Like, I don't have to Crypt Rat it. We drew Tortex. Play Tortex. Do this. What do we have here? Just nothing really to get back, right? I guess I could get back Ent and then cycle 4 more lands. Seems okay. Commune. Another Crawling Infestation or Caterpillar. I guess Crawling. All right. Pass. I'm thinking about making a Modern Masters cube, but I don't know what makes a cube fun. Okay, what's the most important metric is whatever cards you're going to put in, think about how does it feel to play against these cards. Not how fun are these cards to play. That is also important, but what's more important is how fun is it to play against the cards. All right, I can always just get this Crypt Rat back later, so let's just grab Ent. Mill, Fume Spitter. All right, Crawling Infestation. What have you made? I have made a Junk Cube and a Commander Cube. So cycle this, trigger both of the infestations, grab Haunted Mire, play Haunted Mire, combat, attack with the insect. Modern Age, they're playing Contaminated Aquifer, so, I mean, so they can spend some time Basilisk Gating this to gain life. Cycles Lorien, gets an island. They cycled it with Basilisk Gate, though. I assume they just have counter spells, so I'm not going to bother casting Dread Return into potential counter spells. All right, we finally milled a Dredger over. Get some more insects. Dredge Brown Scale. All right, let's go to combat. Attack with the insects. All right, let's play Fume Spitter so they can't Basilisk this into gaining a bunch of life. And then I think I just don't do anything else. I don't know. Or maybe I'm supposed to cast Commune. I'm not sure. All right, let's commune. Wickerbow, Tortex, Lotleth, Stink, Grave Scrabbler. All right, grab Grave Scrabbler, then over to them. So Fume Spitter can help us make it so that they can never Basilisk Gate any lifelink. They ditched Journey to Nowhere, which makes sense. Another gate. Squadron Hawk. Do I want to get anything back with Tortex here? I don't think so. So let's just do the Brown Scale Rope-a-Dope. So cycle the Brown Scales, cycle the Brown Scales, just gain a bunch of life. All right, mill. Trigger, make a bunch of this stuff. I don't want to mill at this, I think. And nor do I want to dredge. Just draw normally. Enter combat. Attack with everything except Fume Spitter. So if I Dread Return this, they pretty much have to counter that, right? I guess I can just get Lotleth trolled in my hand. All right, Tortex, get Lotleth. Let's get Crypt Rats. This one, discard Grave Scrabbler, Madness. Cast this. Trigger, getting Lotleth troll? Yeah, Lotleth. Solve that. Tortex resolves. I guess let's just cast Crypt Rats. If they counter it, they counter it. We just get it back next turn. Counter, sure. So Modern Age flips over. Gate targets that. Fume Spitter, kill it. Another gate. Well done. If they pump the cat and attack for lifelink, then I block with Grave Scrabbler, and then I can loop the Grave Scrabbler again. All right, block here. So then they go to 27. Oh, please tap out. Whoo, boy. How do I sack the Lotleth? I need to find Flesh Bag. So let's mill. Dredge Stinkweed. Or I can just get enough creatures in to kill them, maybe? I don't know. So go to combat, attack with all these insect tokens, block, block, prismatic strands. Okay, we're still missing flesh bag, right? We don't have it. It's in the remaining 10 cards. Tortex, get back. What do I want? Fume Spitter or Crypt Rats? Just make Fume Spitter so they can't gain life. How much mana am I spending? Dread Return. All right, Crypt Rats it is. Black, ditch Lotlith. Then we go Dread Return on the Lotlith. Sack these insects. Bamf. Target. And I can't Dread Return itself, right? So, but I can do it again. So Dread Return, targeting, it doesn't even matter. Ent, sack these 3, and then Dread Return the Lotlith. All right, game 1 down. So it's some kind of gate stack with Squad Cat, Basilisk. Oh, what do I want? Wickerbow is too slow. Probably Mournwhelk. Spore Frog only matters if I can keep looping it over and over, which could matter, but probably won't. Fairy Macabre to eat Prismatic Strands? That doesn't seem very good either. There's also the potential that they have an Archaeomancer loop, but I didn't see anything like that. So get rid of this. What do I actually want in this matchup, I think is the better question. Flushbag seems terrible, just absolutely terrible. Crypt Rats, again, they play a lot of X1 creatures. Maybe I do just, yeah, I'll leave in Fairy Macabre in case they have Archaeomancer loops. A bunch of tap lands is okay. We're slow, but they're slow too. Haunted Mire. Go. Seagate, blue and black. So they're Esper Gates. Judge is familiar. All right, I want to be able to play this on tap next turn, so Riveteers, and then we'll Ent cycle, Swamp, go to them. Judge is familiar, hits us, cycle Ent, Forest. All right, get out the Infestation. Dawnbringer Cleric to blow it up. All right. At least they're not really putting much pressure on us. So I can't Tortex plus Grave Scrabbler. Should probably get it into play. I don't know. Brown Scale is not going to do much either. It can't even attack through this thing. So the Tortex, Caterpillar, Riveteers, trigger, go grab a Swamp, pass to them. Well, there's Basilisk Gate finally. Target the Judge is familiar, sure. No blocks. They are representing Counterspell, but what can we do? All right, I'm gonna swap Ent for Lotlith. Another Tortex. Can't stop this guy right now. So Riveteers, trigger, go grab another Swamp. Then we'll Ent cycle, grab a Forest. And Tortex, it doesn't matter which one, right? Okay, let's just make sure we get Ent back. Discard Grave Scrabbler. Then Madness, Brainstorms in response, sure. So cast this dude. He resolves, target the Lotlith Giant that's in the graveyard, then resolve this. All right, well, I'm not going to block with the Caterpillar. Swing, swing, block here. Not really sure why they're attacking with this. All right, we're at 15. Guardian of the Guild Pact. We can't block. And Relic with mana open. Well, at least they don't have Counterspell mana up. I mean, I can blow that up, so I guess let's just play the Ent, which can block everything, except this guy. So cast Ent, another gate, so Basilisk Gate's now +4. Pumping this dude, we can't block it, so we take 6, targeting us with Relic. All right, what's the move here? I literally don't have any multicolor stuff in my deck, right? So I can never target this. So the only way to survive this is either race them or figure out a way to like get the second brown scale in the graveyard and then just keep looping them over and over. That's representing lethal very fast. All right, combat, attack with the Ent. No blocks are at 14. All right, Caterpillar, shoot this. If they pop, I do think I swap something. Maybe not. No, I don't. Yeah, okay. So that resolves. Exile the graveyards. Then Stinkweed Imp can at least block this guy if they attack with it. All right, then we just pass Basilisk Gate. Can't do anything about that. I can't even activate Tortex because I don't have any creatures in my yard. So, and this is 6 a turn, so I can't even food my way out of it. Yeah. I literally can't do anything, right? Like, they don't take lethal from me attacking them here. Can't block this. Have no possible recourse. All right, concede. So let's see. Don't want Fairy Macabre. Do want a Flesh Bag so that I can make sure that I can kill things that are in play that I want to reuse. I probably need to make sure I have Caterpillars instead of Vandals so I can selectively get rid of Relic of Progenitus when needed. And the Flesh Bag is the only thing that can also kill Guild Pacts guys. I can also loop Spore Frogs to deal with it, I guess. All right, let's just run this. 1 land only, Mull. 2 lands, all right. And a generous. So let's keep, and what am I chucking? Probably Dread Return. All right, Riveteers. So 4 cycle this, grab Haunted Mire, play Haunted Mire, go. Sacred Cat. All right, let's play Crawling. Plays a gate. Cat hits us, 20 and 21 reverse. Crawling Infestation trigger, mill. Crawling Infestation trigger, another one? If we can get through counters. All right, Crawling Infestation. I mean, if this resolves, it's way better than anything else we could play here. Nope, counter. Riveteers, grab a sword. Back to the Citadel Gate. These are blue and white, right? Squadron Hawk. Also, Judge is familiar. Okay, so mill, Fleshbag Marauder is going to very quickly become useless here. So I'm just going to play Stinkweed. I guess let's attack with the insect. Brainstorm. And you can just put 2 hawks back on top of your deck and then hawk and get the rest of them. Yep, hawk, more hawks. So the only thing that gets me out of this is Crypt Rats, I guess. Preordain. I do not know what's going on here in the sidebar. They cast me. They draw a card with me. All right, mill, trigger, no dredging. All right, combat, attack with just the insects. Play Wayfinder. Trigger. 4th brick. Okay, we can't do anything else, so just go. Oh, Relic of Progenitus. Cool. All right, our entire game we just lose the game now because we can't do anything graveyard related anymore. Cat. All right, what's currently in my graveyard? I guess I'm going to keep milling and not dredging. We drew Ent. All right, combat. Attack with everything except Stinkweed. Sacks the Relic. Okay. Prismatic. And then they can just block all of my guys for free. Well, let's cycle this thing. Haunted. Play Brown Scale. So what have we lost access to? One of our 2 lot lists, but not the second one. 2 Tortexes. Nothing else of any incredible significance. Mournwelk would have been nice, but oh well. Lorien revealed Hardcast. So mill with Infestation. We did hit it, and we make a thing. All right. We need this Commune to resolve so we can try to find another Tortex, I guess. All right, cast Commune. Well, I guess Troll. Let's go to combat. Attack with Brown Scale. All right, as pathetic as this Fleshbag Marauder is going to be, I guess I play it. Trigger. Sack an insect. Guardian of the Guild Pact. All right, mill. Urborg Repossession, which can get back, what? Permanents. There's nothing that's actually useful right now. I guess Battlefield Scrounger is okay. The better thing would be to hold this until a Tortex gets milled over. So, combat, attack with Fleshbag, and that's the only... No, actually, this doesn't even attack because of Guardian. So, actually, I can't attack any. I guess then I can attack with Stinkweed, and then they have more flyers than I do. So, I just don't have any attacks anymore, right? Yeah. All right, no attacks. Let's cycle the Troll. Grab a Swamp. Play a Swamp. Play Urborg Repossession with Kicker. Target Troll. Target, I don't know, Battlefield Scrounger. Counterspell. So now we have the long, agonizing path to defeat. Because we're going to lose this game, but it's going to take like another 10 turns. Dawnbringer, kill our enchantment. No, not kill our enchantment. Exile Battlefield. All right. Modern Age. Justing a Squadron Hawk. No attacks. Is there any point in milling anymore? I guess if we hit Lotless Giant, we drew Crypt Rats. So Crypt Rats can kill everything except Guardian. Oh, man. Crypt Rats. First, let's just see if this even resolves. It does. Flashback Dread Return. Targeting the Troll. Eating all the 1 toughness creatures. All right. Activate Crypt Rats for 1. All right. So let's attack with the Stinkweed Imp because it's the only thing to attack with. Oh, there's another Relic. Pops the Relic. Graveyard goes away. Plays another Lorien Reveal Hardcast. I'm surprised they did that because they had Prismatic Strands plus more cats in the yard. God, do I mill at this point? I guess I do. The fact that this thing doesn't even work if you don't Madness it, like if you pay the full for it, actually doesn't do anything, is just such bullshit. Okay, mill. God, I mean, I'm actually in danger of decking out. Combat, swing here and here. I think playing the Satyr Wayfinder does actually nothing for me. It just mills me. Also, we milled over our 3rd Tortex, and we only have 1 left. I guess we have another Lotleth and another Dread Return in our deck, right? How many are we out? We're down 1, right? All right, Satyr Wayfinder. We milled over Lotleth and Crypt Rats. Are we... I guess I'm playing this regardless of whether we have any lands left or not. All right, we do have some lands left. Over to them. So this thing flips over, and then this... All 3 of these guys is enough to triple block the Troll and kill it. Dawnbringer. Exile Crypt Rats. Okay. No more Crypt Rats. Attacks here. Can't block it. If they're attacking here, I assume that means they have Prismatic Strands or something. Because otherwise it doesn't make sense for them to attack with this. Oh, I just can't afford to mill anymore, can I? At this rate? You know what? No, let's mill. We still have Dread Return in our deck, right? All right, we missed. So, combat. I think at this point I'm just supposed to attack with everything. These just get free blocked, right? But if by them not blocking the Troll... Maybe we have a little wiggle room. Let's just make sure we get as much damage in as possible. Attack with everything. And if they have strands, they have strands. Of course they have strands. All right. I guess I should have played Spore Frog first. Yeah, I should have played Spore Frog first so that if they did that, I could blank their block. All right. Crawling Infestation triggers. Play Spore Frog. We're just not madnessing this at this point, so play this thing. Over to them. Another Lorien revealed. Judge is familiar. And they can flash back strands, so I can't even really hit them. Attacks with Guardian, can't block. So I guess I attack with the Troll, and then if they use strands, definitely not milling anymore. Flashes back strands before I even do anything? Okay. What'd they name? Chooses black. All right, no mills, no dredges. We drew dread return. They named black, so I can't Lotless Giant them this turn. And this is damage, not drain. Yikes. All right, I don't have any good attacks, so let's just pass. Swinging with all the flyers. Sure, that's fine. We're at 11. Opponent strands. Chooses black, no mill, no dredge. All right, passed back to them, I guess. So I got another turn of strandsing. It's unbelievable to me that they haven't found a Basilisk Gate by now. Swing, no blocks. We're at 5. Flashes back strands. Chooses black, no mill. All right, go to combat. Attack with brown scale and insect hook, I guess. Blocks here. All right, take one from this guy. Play Stinkweed. Brainstorm. All right, we've been through 3 strands at this point, right? Yeah, 3 strands at this point. Swing everything. Nope. Just these 2? All right. Stinkweed blocks here. No mill, no dredge. Combat. Attack here, 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 here. So triple on the troll, quadruple on the troll. No, they're going to quintuple on the troll? Sure. Let's make sure all the stuff's dead, and we'll kill these guys. Okay. Damage. Dread return on Lotless. Let's see if this resolves. We can flash it back too. Target you. Cannot believe I won that game. Absolutely cannot believe I won that. All right. 2 and 3 with Tortex. So a couple of things. Overarching problem with the deck. It is way too slow. And even the late game, like Tortex value plan is not even that good. It's not even as good of a not even as good of a value plan as just Golgari Gardens. Just any Golgari mid-range deck like Gardens feels better than this does. Additionally, it feels like there's a lot of effects we're missing. We don't really have like a big bomb to kill our opponent. Yes, there's Lotless Troll or Lotless Giant, but apart from that, which requires we have a bunch of stuff in the graveyard. Also, unlike a deck like Garden, so let's say you're playing a deck like Gardens. There's not really anything your opponent can bring in that just completely screws your deck over. This deck gets completely screwed over by Graveyard Hate. These are massive problems. I just also cannot overstate how incredibly slow the deck is. On Moto, it's also a click nightmare, which wouldn't be the case in paper, but specifically on Moto, it takes way too long to finish games with the deck. Apart from that, there's a lot of main deck stuff that I find questionable, things like Fairy Macabre, which there's only very specific decks that's good against. I understand having one-ofs that you can dredge or mill over that you can get back with Tortex or whatnot, but it's a problem. I think it's also a problem that we don't have any creatures that we have that can like get back enchantments from our graveyard or something. Also, we have no multicolor cards, so things like Guardian of the Guild. There's just certain cards like Guardian of the Guild pack that are just problems for this deck to beat. What else? I understand the Haunted Mires are in here so you can cycle for them, but I don't think you need all 4. And if they're going to be tap lands anyway, I may as well just have them be gain lands. Not all 4 of them, obviously. I think you need minimum 2, maybe 3. I don't think you need all 4. There's other just like awkwardness in the deck. For example, there's no real sack engine. So if you don't have like Fleshbag Marauder and Crypt Rats are the only ways you have to actually kill your guys. So if you are in situations where you have something like a Grave Scrabbler in play, right? You don't have a way to actually get rid of it so you can bring it back and keep looping it again, unless you have one of like 2 specific cards in your deck that are both mana intensive in order to get rid of it. I don't think you need 2 Lotless Giants either. This also feels like a really terrible plan for making sure that you don't mill out. Surely there's a creature that's cheaper than this, and even if there isn't, surely there's just a better way of not milling yourself to death than this guy. The Crawling Infestations also felt pretty mediocre. They're super slow. There's not much you can really do with the 1/1s. Yeah, sometimes you can Dread Return, but most of the time it doesn't matter. So I would want to, top to bottom, like totally redesign the deck to figure out what is actually good. Wickerbow Elder feels terrible. I don't think you need Masked Vandal and Caustic Caterpillar. One of these should be better than the other one, and it's probably Caterpillar. But yeah, those are my thoughts on Tortex. So this video's recommendation for media is Taskmaster. So Taskmaster is a comedy game show that brings a bunch of British comedians together to play out various comedic tasks assigned by the Taskmaster. For example, one of those would be trying to identify the ingredients of various pies without breaking the structural integrity of the pies. That would be an example of one of the tasks in the show. So if you're interested, it's Taskmaster, one word. All of the seasons are available on YouTube, and there are 16 seasons of the show, plus a few special. And anyways, that brings us to the end of the video.